WCCSradio.com. It's not exactly a quiet agency. It's not like we don't know they're there, but they do such good work, and they do it all year long. And so their consistency is what we celebrate with the Care Center. And joining us in the studio this morning is Jess Clark. Good morning.
Good morning, Todd. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here this morning. Our visit is presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. It's Pinwheel time again.
It is
Yay.
every April, yes. We celebrate here in Indiana County, April being National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Mm-hmm. And so we do our Pinwheel campaign. You'll see our pinwheels go up next week, April 1st, in front of the Indiana County Courthouse. Mm-hmm. And it is our one fundraiser that we do every year.
And they'll stay up all month, right?
They will stay up for the entire month. You will see all of our sponsors, all of the generous people in Indiana County who have supported us in our work, because we are a nonprofit. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that a lot of people realize that. They might think that we're a government agency or something, but we are, in fact, a nonprofit.
Yeah. And that's a really important distinction, because when we talk about the funding for the work of the Care Center, it doesn't come from government agencies per se as an allotment every year.
Correct, yes. Now, we do receive grants, and we do receive some funds for services that we provide for Indiana County Children Youth Services. But we do have to do some fundraising as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So let's talk about, for folks who don't know, the work of the Care Center, what it is that you do, and on behalf of whom.
So our agency is what you call an umbrella agency. We have a bunch of programs under one roof, but our mission is to serve the at-risk children and families of Indiana County. And we do that by a bunch of different programs aimed at safety and abuse prevention. And we work with Indiana County Children Youth Services, the District Attorney's Office, law enforcement, Indiana County court system. When there are families that are identified as being at risk, mm-hmm. Whether there's abuse allegations, whether the kids may be having to be removed from the home due to safety reasons, mm-hmm. We will work with that family. We will work with that family to try and keep that family together in the home and keep it safe so the kids can stay there. We also do forensic interviews when there are allegations of physical or sexual abuse.
Yeah. The Care Center is one of those agencies that is there, and we'd love for you to be put out of business by the fact that there's no there are no abused children. There are no children in such a risky situation. Unfortunately, we know that there always are going to be kids in that situation, and to be a part of their life is a really important thing.
Well, I think what this whole Child Abuse Prevention Month we like to highlight is that there is hope. Mm-hmm. So we use the pinwheel as that symbol of hope for these kids, that with proper intervention and services and getting them the right help, they can go on to live happy, productive, healthy lives. Mm-hmm. If we do it up front and we identify it and, put them in the right services, they usually go on to be productive people in society.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the pinwheels.
Mm-hmm.
They are put up there for a reason, and a part of that reason is for the support, of course, for the Care Center. We'll tell people how they can become involved in that way. But they are a very symbolic thing, aren't they?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a very uncomfortable subject for a lot of people. So we wanted to do something that highlighted the hope that we have for these kids. We wanted to highlight how this is not, the best case scenario is that these kids get help and go on to be happy. Mm-hmm. So we put the pinwheels out because, first of all, it's April and it's windy and they're pretty to, watch as they spin, but also as a reminder that, spring happens and these kids, they move on and they become, adults who are well adjusted in society. We just want to make sure that they get the help that they need.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so for people to become involved and maybe sponsor a pinwheel, what should they do?
They can go to our website, We have the pinwheels on our website. The website is www.indiana, Care Center of IndianaCO.org. You can just type into Google the Care Center of Indiana County, and
Yeah.
it'll come up. And the pinwheels are right on our homepage. You'll see there's different levels. We start out at 25, then goes to 75, 125, and then we have corporate sponsors of 300 and 500. And we're very fortunate because a lot of our sponsors have come back every year
Yeah.
and continued to sponsor us. And that campaign will stay up in front of the courthouse for the whole month of April. You'll see our signs up. You'll see our pinwheels up. And it's actually a very pretty site. We call it our Pinwheel Garden.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little reminder that spring is coming too.
Yeah. Yeah. And they got to pull them out to mow every week and then put them back in.
They actually made us little special bars to put our pinwheels in, so they can just pick up a bar and move it off to the side and mow and
nice.
put it back. Yeah, the maintenance guys have been really good to us over the years, so I do
Yeah.
have to thank them.
Yeah, that's terrific. All right, so folks, get your pinwheels, and you can help support a really, really important work that is done. And I'm sure you do this. You get statistics all the time about, the number of abused children, the type of abuse that they are suffering. But it's not really about numbers. It's about individual kids, isn't it?
It's not just about individual kids. What I like to reinforce for people, Todd, is that these are Indiana County kids. These are kids that are going to school with my kids and other people's kids. They are in every school district. We serve every school district in the county, Marion Center, River Valley, all of it. And I think a lot of people think that it doesn't really impact them. It doesn't really affect them. But I think they would be surprised to know that a lot of these kids, they're in class with their kids. They're in Sunday school. They're in, sports. And we work very confidentially. We don't want to risk exposing any of these kids or families. So you don't always know who they are, but they're there. And they're our neighbors and our friends and stuff, and I think that's important for people to understand that this is part of our community.
The Care Center first came to our attention many, many years ago, even before you were involved in the Care Center.
Oh, yeah.
And it was through the forensic interviews, which are extremely sensitive. Those are delicate times for kids, and learning to deal with whatever it is that they have to deal with, that's a really, really vulnerable time for them. And you recognize that, and you've developed the ways to help them through a very trying circumstance.
We do, and we're constantly working on this process and refining it. And a lot of people aren't necessarily aware how child abuse investigations work. But when there are allegations, we will get the referral for that child, and we do what's called a forensic interview. And that is where we have the kid in the interview room with a forensic interviewer. And our forensic interviewers are very highly trained. And we do a interview with that kid, and all we want to know is the truth of what actually happened. And it's not just for physical abuse or sexual abuse; it's also for neglect or witness to a crime. And the reason that it's done outside of law enforcement or CYS or the courts is because we are a neutral entity. So our only agenda is to get to the truth of what actually happened. We record that interview, and then it's used as the one interview, the baseline for the entire investigation.
Yeah.
And so law enforcement uses that, CYS, the district attorney's office. And what is nice about it is they're all working off of the same set of facts. And it makes the investigation go a lot smoother, higher prosecution rates. It's much more efficient. But the best part of it is that it only requires the child to tell their story one time.
Yeah.
They don't have to repeat to each individual entity, which just re-traumatizes the child and the family all over again.
Yeah.
And then while they are at our center doing the forensic interview, their family is getting the services that they need through Alice Paul House and through the Community Guidance Center and a medical exam through IRMC. as part of the continuum of care for that family.
One of the missions of the care center, and you mentioned it, it really underscores the amount of work that you do with other agencies and the
Absolutely.
cooperative agreements that you have with them, the arrangements that can really, encircle a child with the care that he or she needs.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole investigation is a collaboration. And it's a very critical part of our job is that we collaborate with these entities. It's very important that we work with the district attorney to set the protocols for the interviews. It's very important that we organize the investigators, whether it be the state police, the borough police, Blairsville police, to have them come in, and getting the investigating caseworker from Children and Youth Services so that it's a joint investigation. And that is so much more valuable for the family and the kid, and it just makes the investigation go that much better. And I just want to highlight that this is still a fairly new process. We've been doing this in Indiana County since 2006. We were one of 3 counties in Western PA to start this process. And since that time, almost every county in Pennsylvania has adopted a children's advocacy center.
Yeah.
Because they see the value of it. They see the value of the collaboration, the joint investigation, and the best part of it is they see the benefits for that kid.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Pinwheel Garden ceremony is going to be next Wednesday, the 1st.
Yes, noon in front of the courthouse. A lot of our sponsors are going to be there. Everybody is welcome. It's a public event. You can come. You can buy a pinwheel at the event. We'll do some speeches. Hopefully it will not rain, but you never know. We've stood out there in rain and blizzards before, so that is absolutely a possibility. But it's a nice event, and it highlights a lot of our partners as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you can get your pinwheels ahead of time right now, or you could get them there at the ceremony on the 1st of April.
Yes.
Beautiful. Jess, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it.
The Care Center of Indiana County and the Pinwheel Garden is just about to become a reality again for 2026. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Just about 25 minutes after 9 o'clock on your Monday morning. And coming up, Matt is in the WCCS newsroom. He's on the way. First, though, Westwood One Sports brought to you by S&T Bank, People Forward Banking.